Hi, I'm Miss Ahmed, and today I'm going to go over with you some information to help you be successful while completing your text questions for your course. This information will give you some tips and should hopefully help you earn full credit when submitting your text questions. It also will give you a better idea of what I'm looking for when grading your text questions. So to begin, you want to make sure that you have looked over the unit title, summary, objectives, and all of the lessons before starting your text questions. Now, an option is to open up your text questions first. Okay, and just looking over the questions just to get a better idea of what information is going to be important for you to pay attention to while reading over your lessons. So for example, there's quite a few questions about CTSO. So when you read that section, you're going to want to pay closer attention to it, pay attention to that lesson to help make sure you can answer those questions successfully. Okay. Again, you want to make sure that you have read over all of your unit lessons. And once you are ready to start your text questions, make sure to read the directions. They say that you need to complete the questions using full sentences and present both the questions and answers. That means that you need to have the questions with the answers when you submit it. Answers should be submitted directly underneath each question. So when you click, and if you hit enter twice, you'll then be able to type your answer. Once you are finished with the assignment, you will upload it using the Dropbox tool. I have done a previous video on that. If you do not know how to use the Dropbox tool, please let me know. So once you're ready to start answering the questions, the first thing you want to make sure that you do is answer every single question in complete sentences. So if the question says, what is the CTSO? A CTSO is, and then you're going to look for your answer if necessary, unless you took notes and you already remember it, and then you won't have to go back and look through the lessons. But if you didn't take notes the first time through, then you're going to want to go back to your unit lessons. You'll need to go through and find which lesson that is in, unless you took notes on that, and then you might already be able to go straight to it. Okay, so CTSOs is in lesson 4. So a CTSO is groups, or you could say CTSOs are groups that help students as they prepare for their careers and futures. You could say that they're more than just school clubs. The second part of the question asked you to give some examples or an example of a CTSO. If you scroll further down the page, you'll see some examples. You can choose the one that sounds the most interesting to you. Skills USA is a business-related one. DECA is a marketing-related CTSO. And then there's some other ones on here that you can get a pretty good idea of what they are, the type of careers that they are geared towards. So again, make sure that all questions are answered in complete sentences using information from the unit lessons. After you've completed question 1, you're going to do the same thing for 2, 3, 4, and 5. All of your review questions, answers will be found in the unit lessons, and that's where the answers need to come from, again, written in complete sentences. Then you have the critical thinking questions. Now, critical thinking questions are going to be a little different because they're going to be both related to what you learned in the unit lessons and then maybe some opinions. Might ask some opinions you have, might have questions about background knowledge that you already know, or might even have you look at outside sources to try to answer some of the questions. So they're a little different. Still want to make sure that you are responding to them in complete sentences. So for this question, why is career education so important to teens? You're going to type career education is so important for teens because, again, look at information in the units. Anything else, any other reasons that you want to give why it's so important should be included in your answer. The more detailed, the better on critical thinking questions. Again, there are some opinion questions. Why do you think careers are divided into fields, clusters, and pathways? However, you still need to understand fields, clusters, and pathways to be able to answer the question. Now, you should already have the definitions up here for pathways and clusters, but you may need to go back and look at your notes or look at the lessons for more information about fields. You're going to want to do that for all of the remaining critical thinking questions. Once you are completely finished with your entire text question document, go through, proofread, again, make sure that they're in complete sentences, and then click on the Review tab. If you're working in Microsoft Word, in Google Docs, there should be a similar tab, and you're going to want to check the document. Check the document for any spelling errors, typographical errors, any punctuation, anything that's missing, it should be checked when you do check document. Once you are completely finished and it's ready to submit, you're going to want to save it. You might want to save it as something different so you know it's the completed one. So file, save as, you can add your name at the end of it or add completed at the end of it. And then you'll want to upload it to the course and submit it for either review if you're not sure if everything's correct, or grading if you're ready to have it graded. I hope this helped you get a better idea of what I'm looking for when I'm grading your text questions and what you should be including when submitting your text questions or working on your text questions. Please let me know if you do have any questions or need help with any of this. Thank you so much for your time and have a good day.